Hello everybody, Timothy Bailey with Project Learn and our video today. And today we're going to look at a restaurant menu. We are going to go to a chain restaurant. That means there are many of them called Fridays. Now when we look at a menu, there are actually four things that make understanding a menu more difficult than just the English. One of them is you have to know a lot of ingredients, right? The things that make up the dishes we eat. Some of those things come from other languages, so you have to know foreign words. A third thing, you often need to know some cooking techniques. What does it mean when it says pan-seared? Right? What does that mean? And the fourth thing, a lot of chain restaurants such as Fridays or McDonald's, fast food, they have their own names for things. They have a lot of proper nouns that can be very confusing. Let's go ahead and jump in. So a menu, here we have, right? Two from both from Fridays. They might be from different parts of the country, or they might be from different countries, or it's hard to tell. But I have two of them here that we are going to look at. Both of them start with this section, appetizers and starters. And what are these? Well, appetizers and starters are the small dishes eaten before the main food. So if you're going to a restaurant and you want a hamburger or a fried chicken or a steak, that is your main food, your main dish. There'll be a section on the menu, usually at the front, that you might eat things from that section before your main course, right? Now, sometimes this includes soup and salad. Often soup and salad are their own separate section. But let's look at some examples. We're going to start with the picture here from one of the menus. And it's hard to tell what this is, so we have to look at what else is on the picture. Boneless buffalo wings. What are those? Well, buffalo wings, right? Created, I don't know, true or not, in Buffalo, New York, are chicken wings with sauce. So these are pieces of chicken, right? And they have a sauce on them. What does it mean that they are boneless? What does that mean, less? Well, if you remember, less usually means without or not having something. So boneless chicken wings are chicken wings without bones. We also, on this menu, have three different sauces: classic buffalo, Caribbean rum, and Tennessee barbecue. In here, we get into the naming, right? So we have special names for these sauces, but we can see according to the scale here that the classic buffalo, right, is spicy, right? Of all the three, it is the spiciest. The Tennessee barbecue, not very spicy, okay? It's down here at the bottom. Looking at another picture from the other menu, this time on the Fridays menu, this is a special where we get to pick three things that we want. You can see 1, 2, 3. And this one we already saw, buffalo wings, right? And it's hard to tell if they're boneless or with bones, right? They look like they're probably boneless in this picture. Another thing we have up here are called potato skins. So the skin, right, just like your skin, is on the outside of the potato. So potato skin, they scoop out most of the inside, so you have the outside part, and then they put cheese and bacon on that. Our third thing in the picture are pot stickers. These might look familiar to some of you, right? You might also call them dumplings. So they have a noodle on the outside, and then they have meat and vegetable on the inside. Three sort of classic appetizers. Looking at the menu here, we had our boneless wings. We have fried mozzarella. What is this? Fried mozzarella. Crispy and golden on the outside, hot and gooey inside. Served with marinara sauce, $8.49. What is it? Again, this is where things get difficult, right? So on this menu, this is the first item we have where really a foreign word comes into play. The key word here is mozzarella. This is a cooking technique using oil in a pan or a huge container of oil that you put food in to completely surround it with oil. That's called frying. But mozzarella, if I don't know what that is, I have no idea what this appetizer is. I don't know if I would like it, if I wouldn't like it. I don't see it in a picture. Well, mozzarella, right, a foreign word, right, is a kind of cheese, one of many kinds of cheese. But again, if I don't know that, this is a very difficult item to order. Crispy green bean fries, right, those are down here, crispy green bean fries. They call them fries because, well, they look like fries, and they have a breading, right? Crispy green beans breaded, right? That is the verb. Breading is the stuff on the outside to make them crunchy. Okay. Chicken quesadillas, right? There's the mozzarella sticks. I forgot to show you. Chicken quesadilla, quesadilla, another foreign word, right? From Spanish. Here you have the outside, the tortilla, and the meat and cheese on the inside, right? Tortilla is sort of um, a flat sort of not bread, but made with flour, right? Like bread is made with, and you can use it all kinds of ways. So you can roll it up and put stuff in it, or you can make it like this. Well, as we read about the chicken quesadillas, right? We have that word, but we also have down here the word pico de gallo, right? So if I don't know what that is, right, it's going to make ordering this difficult. And the last thing down here, the sesame Jack chicken strips, proper noun, right? Jack from Jack Daniels, which is the name of an alcohol. And they look something like this. Very similar to this one. So chicken strips are long pieces of chicken without a bone, often with a breading, right? Breaded, and a sauce on the outside, right? So chicken strips. The other menu, right? Notice that we have, again, the boneless buffalo wings, but we also have traditional, it says. What does that mean? Well, if boneless is without bones, traditional, excuse me, is with bones, right? So these ones will come and some of them will look flat and some of them will look kind of like a drumstick, long, and then have a big section of meat on the end. Again, we have different sauces here you can see, right? More than the other three that were just listed, right? Here's our mozzarella sticks. More foreign words in this menu. So we had mozzarella, then we have Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano. 4 different cheese words here, right, that you may not know. However, this one does have the word cheese. We have a spinach dip, right? Where did my spinach dip go? Tuscan spinach dip. Tuscan, what does that mean? Well, Tuscany is a town, a region in Italy, right? That's where they're using that word from. This dip, right, has spinach and artichoke hearts. A dip is something that you take a tortilla, such as here, or a piece of bread, and you go down into this dip, right, to get some of the food onto your tortilla or bread. To dip is also a verb, right? Like dip your hand in the water. That's what we are doing. Okay. So spinach dip. And again, we have the cheese words, Parmigiano and Romano showing up, but it does say cheese as well. Here we have Jack Sliders. Again, Jack Daniels, right? Here's what they are. And they do give us the word burgers, right? They just don't tell us what a slider is. So if you don't know what this is, they're tiny hamburgers, then you're not going to be sure what exactly that is. Other than it's 2 hamburgers, right? 2 burgers, right? But they're not normal size burgers, they are small. Warm pretzels with craft beer cheese dipping sauce. So pretzels, you may or may not know, these pretzels don't look like their traditional shape, right? Kind of like a heart, sort of. These look more like a loaf of bread, right? So these are the pretzels. Craft beer cheese. What does this mean? Well, craft beers are sort of beers that small companies make. They're not just the sort of normal beer you might see for sale, right? They're specialty beers. And again, here's dip, right? Dipping sauce. So what does that mean? Well, it means you're supposed to take the pretzel or part of it and dip it into this sauce right here. Remember we had our pick three? Here's that. So what does this mean? Well, there are two things you have to do. So here, you get to pick one, boneless or traditional wings, and you get to choose the sauce. Remember up here we have many different sauces right here. The second part, or for your two other items, right, you get to choose two of these things. And these are all the ones that we saw here, right? The fried green beans, the mozzarella sticks, the potato skins. So you get one, choose one wing and two of these things for your three items. Looking at the menus in English, ordering in a restaurant can be, well, it can just be difficult, right? This first link here has a lot of vocabulary in ordering food at a restaurant. This second link has some listening activities for doing the same thing, going to a restaurant. Give it a try next time you're going out to a restaurant. Really pay attention to the menu. Look at a couple things and try to figure out what exactly those foods are. Thank you and have a great day.